Started. Hello, Naveen. How are you doing?
Yeah, hi Shashi. I'm good. How about you?
I'm good too. Little tired.
Okay. After
Yeah,
work, yeah.
my calendar is actually booked till mid of February. So there is a
Oh wow.
lineup of
Okay.
people there. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
and yeah, yeah, I have to basically go and listen to that conversation more than 10, 20 times, right? Then I have
Hmm.
to divide that and then upload it. So
Hmm. Yeah, it
yeah,
should be tiring.
yeah, I do crazy stuffs. So. Uh, about you, I was actually not connected with you in LinkedIn.
Hmm.
Hmm. Somebody came and said, there is a guy called Naveen,
Okay.
and are you? I said, I don't know him. I said,
Hmm.
send me his profile and let's see.
Hmm.
Okay. So the person sent me a blog. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And
Interesting.
I went through a blog and I found it very interesting.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
Then I thought, okay, let's bring you there in the conversation.
Okay. Got you. Got you. Yeah. Yeah. Initially, we were not connected. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's start this conversation. Okay. So for all the audiences who ever listen here, so
Hmm.
first I'll ask all the audiences here who will come to listen to this conversation is if they find someone interesting like Naveen, they can ping me in LinkedIn. I will go and visit the profile and see what the person is doing, and I try to bring them in the conversation. I do not force anyone. I
Hmm.
simply ask them, and if they are ready, then I ask them. So I have a long list. Yeah, either Adams is coming tomorrow,
Nice.
okay, and Greek will be coming on February. So
Great.
there are a
Great.
lot of people there.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
So
And you're contributing on this side of the other side of the people. So apart from, technical and work, you also try to have a candid conversation. So which is also very nice actually. So you're exploring the other side of people who is in marketing space. Yeah, that's good, yeah.
yeah, actually what happens is I'm more into technical. So I write blogs. I basically give a session to those people who are interested to learn, and
Mm-hmm.
every Saturday I conduct a session. So
Okay.
AMP enablement is complete. Currently, I'm doing Journey Builder. So it will go on, like it will be Audience Studio, SSJS, and all other. We'll keep on doing this, but it will be based on the people's interest. I have
Hmm.
to see the audience who are interested in what, right? So with AmScript, when I started, not everyone is technical, so sometimes they feel it overwhelmed. So I said, okay, I thought doing SSJS first, but then I
Hmm.
understood that maybe Journey Builder is better than SSJS, right?
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
So okay, uh, go coming to you. Okay, so again, this yeah, you can start the conversation introducing yourself to the audience. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all interesting things you can bring it here, so then I can build this conversation.
Yeah, sure. So myself, Naveen. So in terms of personal, yeah, so I'm a father and then a husband, and then I have a 2-year-old daughter. For me. So yeah, right now I live in Germany, but my hometown is back in India. So I do play chess. So it's kind of, my habit or
Mhm.
hobby, you can say. So just to go for some clubs and then play chess over there, meet some new people. Yeah, now trying to meet as much as people as possible. Yeah, that is offside of work and my work times. But in terms of work, right now I'm working as an engineer for a company called SIXT in Salesforce Marketing Cloud. And yeah, whenever I have some time apart from work as well, I do have some write some blogs with that blog which we mentioned. So there is a blog called Salesforce Fan. So uh, uh, not pretty much active though, but yeah, if I found something interesting, I would. If I come across something interesting, then I would like to share that as well. Yeah. So yeah, that is pretty much me.
Yeah. What about your childhood days or school days that you want to remember or you want to share with us from your college days or from your career path? Like
Mhm.
you walked for Deloitte,
Ah, okay.
right?
In
And
terms
yeah.
of career path, so mine is totally different. So I'm a mechanical engineer. So so I studied mechanical. I haven't expected to be landing in an IT job first of all. So the
Mhm.
way how it works. So I studied in a good reputed college only. So but it's like so in that they have hired actually for mechanical. So I got actually placed in Wipro, but then it was not an IT side, but it was like more of a mechanical side. So in that case, so when we saw say mechanical side, it was like CAD and things like that. So basically, you have you create elements of 3Ds and things like that. So for example, if I give nuts and bolts, so it's not a 2D, but instead you would have 3D, three dimension things, how it works and what is the thresholds for those nuts and bolts, so things like that. So basically we hired I mean, I got hired in Wipro for that piece. uh, but then it just happened, so they asked for training. So in Wipro there is a tradition, so uh, you have to write Java or HTML, CSS, and SQL to pass the exam. Only if you pass this, then you'll get a placement in Wipro. If not, yeah, you can just straight away go away. So that's sort of entry criteria in Wipro, even though you got placement in Wipro. So so that was the first time I was learning Java, HTML, CSS, and SQL. uh, yeah, but then I thought if I clear, I will make it to the mechanical related work. But then after completion only, I came to know that okay, so I got placed into some project called big machines. So I thought okay, I'll still work on some big machines and things like that. But then when I learned what is big, when I went to the project, what is big machine? Now it's renamed into now Oracle Byte, and it's called like Oracle CPQ. So yeah, so then it was me then coming into mechanical to IT phase. So yeah,
Oh, this
so
is interesting.
yeah,
This is interesting that you actually got an offer for a mechanical post in
yeah,
Wipro.
yeah,
And
yeah.
suddenly, then after giving those exams in the training inductions and all, you then you opted, or they said that okay, you have to go to this project.
No, it's just that so once you complete the training, right? So they will allocate you into certain departments actually. So in that department, I got a department of this one, and they allocated you a project. So it's like how big companies allocates
Mm.
you a project, right? So they just put
Mhm.
you in that project. But yeah, I was hoping for a mechanical project in terms of design elements and stuff like that. But then yeah, so I didn't know I will work on this one. So then
Mm.
yeah, I accidentally landed into this IT field then.
So, so what was this Oracle CPQ?
Okay. So Oracle CPQ is nothing but CPQ is like configure price quote. Yeah. So let's say you want to order some 1 million pencils, right?
Mhm.
So you will not go to a retail store and buy it. You will directly
Mm.
go to the pencil vendor itself, and you will ask for a
Mhm.
quote. Hey, I want to buy 1 million pencils from you. So can you give some quote for me? So he will do some quote with some discounts for you because you are getting in a bulk, right? So that's the quote which will happen. So
Mm.
and then on receiving the quote, you will get quotes from other vendors and things like that. Eventually you will compare the quotes and see which one works for you. And let's say, hey, this company is giving me 20% offer and you are giving only 10% offer, so can you do something for me? Then the sales rep of that particular company goes to his approver and asks for more percent so that he can get the deal out. Eventually they also give 20%. So process of whole sales. So that's like inside sales process. It's in Salesforce,
Mm.
but then you have in depth of Salesforce sales process into that part of code. So that
Yeah.
is called CPQ. Yeah.
Yeah. It's more or less similar to Salesforce CPQ.
Yeah, it's exactly similar to Salesforce CPQ, but it's an Oracle product right now.
Mm.
So you have
Okay.
an integration with Salesforce, like same quote object, you will use it, and yeah, you will use the quote objects and then the price books in Salesforce. So yeah, you'll use the same thing.
So, from your start, beginning of your career, right? You started with some way related to marketing, Salesforce,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, correct, correct.
Uh, yeah, I have also done with this BTech and all. So I know at AutoCAD and all. So I have did certain
Oh, nice.
trainings in
Okay.
AutoCAD. And,
Oh,
yeah, but
in
I
BTech, is it?
yeah, BTech. From
Okay.
Polytechnic also, I did Polytechnic also.
Mm-hmm.
So there also we were basically used to go and draw diagrams with
Yeah,
AutoCAD,
yeah,
you know.
exactly.
So yeah, so little familiar, not
Mm-hmm.
expertise, but familiar because coming from computer science
Yeah,
background.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So uh, you from the beginning you some way started with this CPQ, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you also mentioned that you started with marketing cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So from Oracle CPQ, how you transited to marketing cloud?
Yeah, basically it's a support project in Wipro. So
Mhm.
client is like, let's say they're into printers and stuff. So that's like a package, So they have like Oracle CPQ, Salesforce, and Marketing Cloud in place. And
Mhm.
we as a support, we provide support to all of the three things.
Mhm.
And yeah, we as a support person, they would expect you to know at least provide knowledge transfer sessions on these three, and also you should be able to know what is what. So and also some you do some enhancements on top of it, right? So that's how I came to know all the three um, tools or systems while working on that particular project.
Okay, understood. Okay, so yeah, the support. This is the word support has an advantage,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So they actually basically actually has an upper hand of all the implementation because they have to have the fixes in time and they have a strict SLA, right?
Right, right,
So this.
right. Yeah, that is one part of it, and then there comes a change request here and there. So that's where you'll get a more time for learning actually. So we in that support project we didn't face bugs so much, but then we were getting okay for this quarter these many change requests. Yeah, so and you have these modules. So in CPQ you'll have these many change requests, and Salesforce these change requests, and then Marketing Cloud these change requests. So you get a chance to work on all three systems in a single month and stuff like that. So that is also one good part, and you can learn. You have time to learn as well. That I had a and that at least on that particular project, I had a time to learn more actually.
Uh, I have a different perception with support. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
what actually happens is, yeah, a lot of people try to rate developers. Okay, but for
Mm.
me, the person who learns faster is the support team.
Yeah,
Okay, here it goes. Why? Hmm. First, you have the overview of all the 360-degree view of the project.
yeah.
Okay, and if you are in a stable project, obviously normally it will you won't get a lot of bugs or a lot of things to basically you need to correct it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but the most important thing is suddenly if let's say a very stable project suddenly some defect is raised, okay, with
Mm-hmm.
a support. Now you basically can't go and just write a code and make it work. First you have to go and troubleshoot or to understand why it actually happened. Suddenly it happened,
Yeah,
right? You went through the QA, then the UAT, right? Then it goes live, and
right.
then after going live, then it's coming,
Yeah.
right? So it has already went through a lot of layers where it was tested,
Mm.
and now a bug has somebody has identified it. So you have to first understand the root cause. So while learning for the root cause, you're troubleshooting the product, right? So
Yeah.
once you're troubleshooting product, because a lot of people from the developers, from the product owners, then everybody will be looking into this what support actually did,
Mm.
right? So that way you learn more. Okay. Now coming to like I have been always into development, but what happens? What I've seen. Okay. First is we don't see the 360 view. We are only focusing on our on part of implementation.
Right.
Okay, and uh, once once it is gone live, then we are like okay, now it's the team for support. Okay, anything that comes, it doesn't go to developer. It always the support.
Right.
So uh, So with Oracle CPQ and Marketing Cloud, okay, how you totally transited towards Marketing Cloud?
Yeah, then I just moved to Deloitte. I was looking for a change. So
Mhm.
yeah, initially I was hired for Oracle CPQ, but then in Deloitte as well, the at that time there was not much project. So then I got
Mm,
transitioned into Salesforce. Then I worked a project of Salesforce, but then the next module came with Marketing Cloud. That will
mm,
be the first Marketing Cloud projects for Deloitte and stuff. So
mm,
so that's where it all started. From then on, someone have to be there to scale projects up. Like uh,
mm,
either you get learned by yourself from the Salesforce itself. So Salesforce provides
mm,
workshops for the people who are in Deloitte. So so we get a chance to go to their workshops and learn Marketing Cloud, and then we learn from there, and then make some mistakes, and then work in the project experience. Then you give the trainings to the other persons who will be
mm.
onboarding in a different project. So it's like that. So from then on, it's just moved away from uh, everything.
Yeah,
So only Marketing Cloud.
see, I'm trying to understand. Okay,
Mhm.
basically, when you started with Salesforce Marketing Cloud, hmm, what actually? See, you come from a mechanical engineering background,
Right.
right? All with machines and tools and everything,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and yeah, somehow you agreed to going into Oracle CPQ and in this IT part
Hmm.
in Wipro, right?
Yeah.
So were you first actually hesitant, or you were like, yeah, I want to be the part of now IT industry, because these are two different branches, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you never thought like when you were doing mechanical engineering that you would you want to go to IT.
Yeah, when I was doing mechanical engineering, I never thought I was going land into an IT job. But then once I landed, then in the initial few weeks, I was a bit hesitant, like whether I need to continue or something. But then the folks, the team who is working on my projects, right? So they convinced that this is like a you got a good project and this is like a trending technology. So you should stay there. So they really motivated there, and all the KT sessions which they have taught, and then not only in only just about projects, yeah, but they also taught some their experience and
Mm,
how it works in IT industries and stuff like that, and
mm,
how this technology can grow in futures and stuff. So at that time, it was like 2015 or something. So that was the time where exact target was
mm,
transitioning into Salesforce. So
mm,
so they were all saying, it's a growing technology, and then things. So and they try to convince to stay here, making
mm,
me stay here. So I think they played a big part on me staying there. And then once I get a hang of it, I think it was totally fine. So till that time, I
mm,
was a bit hesitant
mm.
to either go back or
See,
work on
Naveen,
the same
I'm
thing. Yeah.
I'm trying to make you open up, okay?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that once you open up, then uh, I'll be able to. Yeah, I like drilling people, but in
Mm-hmm.
a very positive way. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
Makes sense. Yeah.
see, N. Chandrasekharan, who is the chairman of Tata Sons, okay,
Mm-hmm.
he was also a mechanical engineer.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so there I can give you a lot of examples, but somebody who inspires and also I gave you one example. Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, you went to now you in Deloitte, you got a project for Salesforce Marketing Cloud, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, what was actually making you so intrigued, saying that, oh, this is a very good platform, right? Okay, this looks very interesting for me. Okay, I want to do this one in this project. I want to implement this use case. So, what was becoming for you like, okay, now I got a very good start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So in Deloitte, it was always uh, project from start. So it's
Mm,
like right from the discovery phase you would be. So I think 90% of the project, it's a development project, and it would be
mm,
like a fast paced developments. So
mm,
and also you'll not see much support project over there, but you also get a chance to see the what first of all, why the project comes actually. So what is
mm,
the pain point which client is facing and stuff like that.
mm,
So I had a chance to work on a client like similar to Netflix. So it's a
mm,
streaming company. So over there, so they had their own pain points. So
mm,
they onboard persons from the discovery phases, like
mm,
why first of all we need do some POCs on that, how you can improvise to right from
mm,
the platform we want to choose. It's not like Salesforce Marketing Cloud is the right platform, but you can
mm,
also choose Adobe Marketing Cloud and Orale Aqua. So the discovery starts from there. So that's when I started, things got interesting for me, that okay, so the business has these pain points, and then they're trying to see how they can able to resolve, and how the technology is helping them to resolve. So that's where I was trying to get a full picture on how it's all getting started. And with respect to Marketing Cloud, you get a chance to see, it's a customer facing applications, right? So you get a chance to see what you build, so I don't know how many people will get a chance to see on what you build. So it's like, let's say you develop a backend application. So no, I don't think no one really knows what's happening in backend. If you think of normal customer perspective,
mm,
no one really knows what's happening on backend, even though there are a lot of logic going on, right? But then
mm,
eventually, what the customer is seeing is the one which you are building. Let's talk about
mm,
emails or landing pages or
mm,
any ads which they see, right? So you get a chance of what you see. That's something is something I liked it.
mm,
So you are making some impact on customers on what you see,
mm,
at least making an impact to yourself. Okay, I have done this, so and they can able to see this. So yeah,
mm.
that's something
Yeah, yeah.
keeps me
So
going
yeah,
on Marketing Cloud.
what Navin is trying to say here is basically when you start working for Marketing Cloud, right? Then you're basically interacting with the end users from the other end of the spectrum, right? Like the clients, you're directly connected to the clients, and then you'll understand like, okay, what they're trying to achieve through creating this application, right? Creating these campaigns, and they will basically uh, help you understand like what they are trying to achieve. So when we go for web development or say any other application development, we only focus on the use cases, saying that okay, this is the function that I have to build, but what is the objective of creating this function or this website? Less people will come to know, and there will be a lot of layers to basically understand the vision of the company for whom you are developing, right? And here you have a very that layer will not be there. Like in web development, it might be like the management is talking to the clients, understanding this and coming to the developers. Here you have to be very in close connect with the client, right? So mm, so you first started with some POCs. What was one of the interesting POCs that you did there?
Yeah. So okay, so client has a customer, yeah. So but they are not uh, uh, their watching time is like very less, basically, yeah.
Mm, mm,
So in order to provide some things, so that's the main thing. So they one is that they have to increase the user base in their presence, and second is that you have to increase the watch history time. So what we have done is like, so you have your customers and you have your media. So basically, what are all the movies that you have, those will be in separate things. So how do you make sure that you tend to recommend the email to right set of customers? So
mm,
let's say a particular use case can be like, okay, so you would have watched the Game of Thrones season 1 and season 2,
mm,
then season 3 would have got released. So you try to send a recommendation to them of Game of Thrones season 3 for the ones who already watched 1 and 2, instead of sending a blast to all the customers. So in
mm,
that case, you try to you try to provide more recommendation as much as possible, and wherever the touch points you can be. And
mm,
then yeah, the watch history time keeps getting increased. So that's
mm,
something, like, I'm just saying one use case, but in general,
mm,
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, when I was having a conversation with Gina, okay,
Hmm.
she actually has a very big history with actually Marketing Cloud. Okay.
Okay.
She has friends where the employee number 3 and 10 were
Oh,
very
okay.
close with her. Okay, so understand exact target and the employee
Mm.
number 3 and employee number 10. So
Okay.
so she told me like, yeah, normally people in an email spend more or less 3 to 8 seconds, or
Mm.
say maximum to 15 to 20 seconds. Okay. So you said like, okay, we want to engage the customer to basically increase the watch time, right?
Yeah.
So, and this is more like a Netflix kind of a
Yeah.
company,
Streaming services. Yeah.
right? So, in that POC, what was your like the biggest pain point? Like how you're trying to increase the number of uh, watch time via email?
Yeah, so to provide a proper recommendation, at that point, there was no instinct. At that point, there was no interaction. I mean, there could be an interaction studio in terms of
Mm,
error gauge, but then the with respect to the client looking for a feasibility, because it's at that time it's a small company of streaming services and they don't want to contribute so much amount. So at that point of time, whatever the system we can able to do, so yeah, we try to do. So like these type of recommendations, we
mm.
try to populate.
Like giving like they have some channel, right? And
Right.
people are how many number of likes they are getting for that particular video, or how
Mhm.
many comments, good comments they have for the video. So that would be shown in the email.
No, not really. So I don't think that app has this like and comments
Mm,
in the mobile app. But in terms of recommendation, as I say, it's like
mm.
so any new movie got released, that would be there as a weekly
Okay.
newsletter, or
Okay.
it could be that the Game of Thrones example which
Mm,
I showed you. So
mm, mm,
it can be one. But
mm,
it's about like uh, we didn't use any other system. So basically there was an Azure and Salesforce and Marketing Cloud. These are the
mm,
three things which was there. And then
mm,
we the file will be dropped in Azure to Salesforce, Salesforce to
mm.
Marketing Cloud, and these things. Yeah,
Okay. So, uh, so to basically engage with the customer, you were using Journey Builder,
yeah, correct.
right?
Yeah,
Okay.
each use cases. Yeah, so some are in journey, some newsletters would be like uh kind of a recommended newsletter. So we if we try to have the data extensions like target data extensions with the
Mm,
recommended titles for them to watch, so based
mm,
upon a large set of queries and stuff like that. So
mm.
by that using populate the content from the.
So, which part of Marketing Cloud? Let's say you have Email Studio, okay? You have
Mhm,
Automation Studio, hmm? And
mhm,
you have this Report Builder, Analytical Builder, okay?
mhm.
And you have this Mobile Studio and different studios. So, which part of this uh, tool that you got more interested in with Marketing Cloud?
Yeah, it depends actually. So, yeah, if you talk about day-to-day use case, it's about Journey Builder. But then,
Mhm.
right now, interesting thing would be the interaction studio going on. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I think
Yeah, so you're
something to
working
learn
current.
in interaction. Yeah,
So
something to
you're
learn
currently
would be
working with.
interaction.
Okay,
Go ahead.
yeah, go on, go on, you go on.
No, I was just saying. So, something to learn is on interaction studio. But then, as you know, like day-to-day use cases, you have to work on Journey Builder and stuff like that. Yeah.
So you're working with Interaction Studio currently.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
Okay. So which part of the Interaction Studio that you find it most interesting?
So right now we don't have app. So right now we are web campaigns and stuff like that.
Mm,
But yeah, so we right now it's in the web developments we are in. So that is
mm,
something basically on the whole sitemap, how you are mapping and how the use case is all forming up and things
mm,
like that. So those are pretty much the discovery makes you feel. Uh, so you have to align on the right products, right? So there are
mm.
other products as well apart from
So
interaction studio,
yeah.
like